I'm going to walk through how to use the SFEDA referral tool to make some automatic referrals. So the first step is we will go to sfeda.org, and from there we will go to referral tool. So this takes us to the SFEDA referral tool. From here we can start a new referral. We can also view referral reports to look at past referrals that have been made. So I'm going to start a new referral. And here we are. So this is the contact form to create a new referral. So the first step will be to enter your information as the person making the referral, which will store this information for reporting in the future and so that people can follow up with you. So I'm going to make a fake person. So then we'll choose the organization that you are working with. So this includes into the referral record who is making the referral so that we can then see everyone that's making referrals from each organization, and that when you receive a referral, it will say who sent the person to you. So I'm going to say La Cocina. Then we'll put in your email address so that people can follow up with you. And that's it for your contact information. Now we're going to enter the entrepreneur's name and contact information, which will include this information in the referral record. So we're going to say Ronald McDonald. His business is called McDonald's. I'm going to put in another fake email address and a phone number. So next, we have entered all of the contact information for the person making the referral and for the entrepreneur. So now we can start actually making the referral. So we have two different methods for how to make a referral. We have refer by provider and refer by service. Refer by provider is for when you already know which SFEDA member you'd like to refer the entrepreneur to. So then it just brings up a listing of all the SFEDA members with their respective services, so that you can just with a few clicks make an automatic referral to send a client there. Refer by service is a bit different. It's for when you know what the service that you'd like the entrepreneur to pursue is, but you are not necessarily sure which SFEDA member you'd like to send them to. So using the refer by service, you'll answer a few basic questions about their demographics, and then choose the service that you'd like to refer for, and it will provide a list of recommendations for which SFEDA members offer programs that are a good fit for the client's needs. So first I'm going to do refer by provider and go all the way through, and then I'll come back and do another one with refer by service. So I'm going to choose refer by provider. So now we can see each SFEDA member is listed on this menu. So if we look at, say, La Cocina, we can see the particular services that La Cocina offers, kitchen incubators and workshops, and then we can also see listed the contact information for the intakes at La Cocina. So we can also look at, say, Renaissance Center. We can see that these are specific programs that Renaissance Center offers. And so I'm going to make a referral to Renaissance Center. I'm going to say for business planning classes I can select as many of these as I'd like, or just one. So I've selected the services. Now I click this select box right here underneath the organization's logo, which includes that organization in the referral. So now I've chosen services, I've chosen who to make the referral to. I have the choice to email a copy of this referral to the intakes coordinator at Renaissance Center, which I'm not going to do, but if I wanted to, I would just click here. And then when we submit this referral, it's automatically going to send an email to the inbox of Paula right here. So I'm not going to do that. So then here we have a box for any additional notes that you'd like to include in the record. Anything that you put in here will be included in the emails that it automatically sends, as well as in the records for the reporting. So anything additional that you'd want to note, you would put right in here. So then here's this box here where we can email a copy of this referral to the entrepreneur. This is the email address that I put in the contact form, so whatever you would put there would be right here. So if we click that, this will send an email to the entrepreneur with a copy of what's about to be displayed here. So I'm not going to do that either. So having not sent an email to either the intakes or the entrepreneur means that when I submit, it's going to save this referral in the reporting database so that we can count it in terms of referrals being made using the system, but it's just going to display so that you can print it out. So maybe a client has come into your office that doesn't necessarily want the referral emailed to them. They would just like to have it printed out for them to take home and follow up on their own. That's what we would be doing right here. So I'm going to click submit. And so now we've made the referral. We can see here is the referrer's information for follow-up. Here's the entrepreneur's information. We can see that we've made the referral to Renaissance Center Soma for business planning classes. Here is the contact information for Renaissance Center if the client would like to follow up. Here's the notes that we made. If we click right here, we could print this referral out to hand to the client so that they can follow up with. And there we go. We've just made this the referral above. So now I'm going to submit another referral, and this time I'm going to make a referral using the refer by service method. So I'm going to enter the entrepreneur or the referrer's name. So this would be me again. I will again say that I'm with La Cocina. I will again use the same fake email address. And so then once again, now I enter the entrepreneur's name and contact information. Okay, so I've given a fake email address, fake phone number just to include in the record. Next. So now again we choose which kind of referral method we'd like to use. I'm going to choose refer by provider this time. And so let's go through this. So does the entrepreneur prefer service in a language other than English? So say I choose yes, we can see that we can either do services in Spanish or in Chinese and or Cantonese. So let's say we look at Spanish. Now we can see these are the services that are offered in Spanish. So let's say business planning classes. Is the entrepreneur a woman? No. Well then, MEDA is the only program that offers a business planning class that's not for women. If the entrepreneur were a woman, we would choose that. And here we see we could do Women's Initiative or MEDA. So if we would like to include any organization in the referral record, again we click the select box underneath the logo. So we could do one, we could do both, we could do just the other, and again you can email copies of the referral to the intakes coordinator at either or both organizations. And so say, let's go back up, does the entrepreneur prefer service in a language other than English? No, the entrepreneur would like services in English. So we can see that we went back up and now we have just this previous menu, and we can see that we have more choices now because there's more services that are offered in English than in Spanish. So let's look at incubator space. Is the entrepreneur looking for kitchen space? Yes. So we can see La Cocina is the recommended organization for entrepreneurs who are looking for incubator space. Okay, so I'm going to say no, the entrepreneur is not looking for a kitchen space, and the entrepreneur is not located in the Bayview. So now we see that the recommended provider would be the Renaissance Center. And again, as we go through these menus, each of these menus caters to the programs that are offered for the specific need. So I'm going to go through with funding, in English funding, so we can see that we have a few different programs that offer funding for English-speaking clients. So I'm going to choose Working Solutions. I'm not going to email a copy of this referral to Working Solutions. And we can add any notes that we'd like to here, as we did before. Again, we can email a copy to the entrepreneur if we'd like. And then I've made the referral. You can see again the referring agent's information, the entrepreneur's information. We've referred it to Working Solutions, and it's an English language referral for funding. And here's the contact information again, if the client would choose to follow up on that on their own. And so that is how you use the SFEDA referral tool to make a referral. And if you would like to view reports, you would just click here, which I will show how to do in a later video. Thanks.